to the Mayor's Update for May 2015. I'm Megan Pembroke, Communications Director for the City of Everett, and each month we sit down with Mayor Ray Stephanson to talk about projects and issues that are important to you. Welcome, Mayor.
Happy spring.
Happy spring. It's starting to look really nice out there. Well, I wanted to start today by talking about the 2015 legislature, and
Are they still in session?
They are. They've just started their special session, and there are some things that we're still watching that are still priorities for us. Can you talk about some of those issues that we still have our eye on?
Yeah, obviously, we've now for 3 years been trying to get a transportation package out of the legislature, and this year looks more encouraging than it has in past years. We had identified about $1 billion worth of transportation project across Snohomish County that we thought were really sort of bare bone projects. We're probably in the latest list, depending on whether House or Senate, and now they're negotiating the final projects and budget, probably in the $600 to $700 million range. And I know that's a lot of money. Obviously, but it really falls short of sort of building the entire system out countywide. Now, the good news for Everett residents and the projects that we have, we are in pretty good shape. But we've really tried to take a regional look at this and make sure that our partners in Marysville and Arlington and throughout Snohomish County are also taken care of in this package. So it's something that we're watching very closely, and we'll monitor and provide comment and testimony as necessary. The other issue, which I think is really from a priority perspective on par with transportation, is higher education. We have a capital ask for $60 million for the Washington State first significant building at Tower and Broadway. It's really developing into an incredible college district out there with a partnership with Everett Community College, and 4 new degree offerings in the expense budget, which will really continue to focus on technical degrees, on aviation degrees, really complement the core of how we're trying to educate the workforce of tomorrow. The other exciting news is Washington State University now has state approval to start a medical school, and all 4 branches around the state of Washington will benefit, including our branch area, our Everett campus for Washington State University. We will see medical students, 3rd and 4th year students, in classrooms in Everett. I think the first group is projected to be 20, but it'll grow to 80 fairly quickly. And the thing that's really unique about the experience for a medical student in Everett is they will be able to have both classroom and then clinical experience at Providence and Everett clinics. So that's really going to be exciting and really complements the strong regional medical community that we've become. And for people my age, we appreciate that. We need all the help we can get. So we'll watch those. And then, obviously K-12 funding is significant. My sense of it is the way the legislature is operating right now is it's the department heads, the chairman of different respective houses and committees are meeting to sort of craft and develop the budget. Once they come to some agreement, they'll bring the legislature in total back, and they will eventually have a vote. My best guess is you're going to have a new revenue forecast in June. And so I expect that they're going to delay again, and they're going to wring their hands and look at this stuff and talk about what if this and what if that. But they will wait to see what revenue projections in the June forecast. I don't expect it to be huge in terms of the billions of dollars that they're working on from a state perspective, but it could be another 20, 30, $50 million. And so that would give them an opportunity to maybe fund a little bit more. So I really think it'll be sometime in June before they finally sign off and come home. And as I tease them down there, no one's safe when they're in session. But I'm only half teasing. So, but some, really good and important projects for our community and for our state. And gosh, I looked at some of the statistics. In the last 4 years, the average number of vehicles on I-5 between Everett and Seattle has increased 89%. In 4 years, that's almost double. And we see a commute time now, the average from Everett to Seattle is like 122 minutes. I mean, we just can't sustain that kind of congestion. And the Puget Sound Regional Council recently did a region-wide poll of some, I don't know how big the poll, but it really represented about 1.5 million people in Puget Sound. And the number one issue far and away was congestion, traffic congestion. So pressure's on, legislature needs to act. And it's so important for our jobs and our commerce and our quality of life. There's a lot of people spending a lot of time out in traffic congestion when they, I'm sure, would rather be home with their families.
Well, hopefully we'll have some good news to report on that soon.
I hope so.
Well, and you touched on this a little bit, but I wanted to circle back to higher ed, and you mentioned some of those new programs, very specialized degrees that WSU wants to offer.
We're talking aviation management, aviation maintenance management, data analytics, software engineering, and then for our friends in Skagit County, sustainable food systems. And Washington State as a land-grant college really has, by charter, an obligation to provide education in areas of the state where it's underserved. And that's what Washington State University, led by Elson Floyd, has really done so well. And I think this is just a premier example of that reach of a land-grant college to serve our citizens. And we're the benefactors of it.
Well, and I know they really have the community in mind as they're looking to expand and they're planning for growth. I know WSU and Everett Community College were out speaking to some of the neighborhood groups this past month. How will the city be involved as they plan that future growth, and what can neighbors expect to see too?
Well, parking in and around Everett Community College has been a challenge. And an awful lot of folks are students, I used to be one of them, parking in the neighborhoods and causing congestion for people that live there. I think the city can do a better job in terms of setting more restrictive times for parking, so you're not there all day impacting people's lives. But the thing that Washington State University is doing, and part of our capital ask of the legislature, is frankly to acquire property to provide more surface parking. We know that's not a long-term solution, but we also know that if you're displacing 200 parking spots with a brand new 100,000 square foot building, you need to do something about that. And so that is in the works, and that should be good news to citizens as well. But the other thing we're looking at, both from North County as well as East County, is increase transit service that is convenient for students, so they can take advantage of that. We have the transit center on the campus, and so that will be important. The other thing that's evolving, and this is something I know our citizens will take interest in and be involved with, is the opportunity to provide student housing in and around the campus. And that really, I think, sort of completes the cycle where you're not having every student having to drive in or take a bus from some distant location. They can live there, they can go to school, hopefully a job close by if they need to work, but at least transportation to get them there if that's what they need to do. So there's a lot of moving parts, and we're really trying to be comprehensive in the way we look at it.
Great. Well, thank you for that
Yeah.
update. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get a summer events preview from the mayor.